if this works. Hey, anything? I can hear an echo. You were the first, yeah. I'm on a different machine today, so trying to figure out if the stream's working. Yeah, it is. Let me actually lower the... How's it going? The background of the chat isn't very good, is it? How's everyone doing today? Yeah, 64 threads. I'm setting this up to be my main workstation again. I hadn't used it for a while because of the energy requirements, but now I've got solar and batteries. I think it's fine. It's just expensive. I mean, not that expensive, but like, I'm trying to make this my entire workstation. That includes like video editing and everything else. So first test was to see if I could stream on it. I like had to flush the loop and everything this week. How's it going, Aura? I'll probably do a video actually setting up streaming on Linux. This is on bare metal. This is a bare metal Threadripper. Yeah, I'll definitely virtualize stuff on it. I want to virtualize Windows with a PCIe pass-through, but I need to, because it's got a custom loop, I need to change. It's a lot of effort, basically. I have to change the loop in order to fit another GPU in there. What's going on with the camera? Yeah, all-in-one tends to be better. My audio might need delaying, actually. Every 3 seconds or so, it's pixelated and then fine again. That might be something I need to fix then. Hey, Wolfric. Motion pixel soup. Cam looks very low bitrate. That's annoying. Looks low bitrate with fast movement. That might be the encoder I'm using then. I don't know if I can change encoders halfway through. Annoying. It looks fine here. But yeah, it's probably going to be... Is the title for Flex? It's true. Nah, not NVENC. VAPI. VA API. Or whatever it is. Hey, Red Hot. Yeah. VA API. I don't think it's the best. I might have to move to a software encoder. I don't think I can encode change encoding in the middle of a stream, right? Phases in and out of existence. I wonder if that's the capture card or if it's the... Should we try and... Would not recommend. Yeah, it's been a bit funny. Is the screen also phasing in and out, or is it just the camera? Let's have a look. Screen as well. Okay, then it's definitely the encoder. That's annoying. I need to play around with the encoding settings then. No, I don't think it's a focus issue. I think it's the encoder itself. Could be low bitrate, although I'm streaming at 32 kilobits a second. Let's up it and see if it's something to do with that. I'm also scaled, but I think it is the encoder. I'm gonna bump it up anyway. Let's just see if that works. Even visible in the chat overlay for new messages. Yeah, it's probably the encoder then, which is an easier situation to solve. Are you having OBS record at the same time? No, I'm not having it record, just streaming. What distro is this? This is NixOS. Wait. Is it not run fast fetch? I can't remember how to do Nix shell. Oh, it's because I'm on a different... I'm on the newer one. Yeah, I code corrupt. I do have Nix content coming. I have Nix Darwin coming out tomorrow, I think. I need to verify that everything is good. I'm not happy with the video, but I need to get it out because I've spent so long on it. But it's not my best video, so I'm going to get it out. I can't keep faffing with it. Create a video on how to package programs for Nix via Flakes? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Eric. Yeah, I need to play around with the stream a little more. It's annoying that it is so choppy, but I think it might have to be a software encoder. Or I get a better GPU. Ah, sorry, Code Corrupt. All right, the ad break should be over. So Code Corrupt. Yes, I've got a video coming out on Nix Darwin tomorrow. It is going to be a DOA video. I'm probably going to change the name of DOA as well. So that I'll do an announcement when I do that. But I'm going to change the name of that channel just to make it a little bit more applicable for what it is. But yeah, the Nix Darwin video is coming out tomorrow. It's not the best, so I do apologize. But I've just been faffing around with it for so long. Yeah, definitely do that, Eric. I think it's a good idea. Setting up a VPS is fun. What shell am I using? Z shell. I might try fish another time. 4090s, 89040s, whatever it is, 84090s. Yeah, the home lab video is really good. I need to do more on that channel. I've just had a completely insane couple of months, but like everything's getting good. And now I'm kind of setting up this setup so that I can just work on creating videos pretty rapidly rather than jumping across machines, which is what I was doing before. I'll probably do a video on this setup at some point. But yeah, things are looking good once I get this Vappy thing sorted. I don't think there's much I can do without killing the stream and starting again. So we're just going to have bad bitrate, I think. I should have tested this before doing it. Testing in production. Is my K8's deployment still running? Absolutely. Absolutely, I've added more to it. It's running like production services as well. Switched all your home lab servers to Nix. I really want to try that, but I do think it can be a little hard to maintain. Spreads, thank you so much for the subscription. You are helping me bring my content to hundreds of thousands of people around the world and helping me to support my dreams. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know why the alert didn't come up. Technical issues. Sorry, folks. I got a drink as well. Hey, Razzo. It's going well. How you doing? Good evening to Belgium. What's the weather like over there? I'm going to take a look at Talos Linux as well, because it looks pretty decent. Yeah, this is a beefy machine. What's the title of the Home Lab video? The Home Lab video, it's on Dreams of Autonomy. It is... What is the title of it? This Home Lab setup is my favorite one yet. That's the one. I am streaming on Twitch also, yeah. And there's the GitHub for it as well. In what way would it be hard to maintain a Nix Home Lab? The only question I would have on the Nix Home Lab is like, how do you get it to deploy across all nodes? Like the problem I had was redeploying. Raphael didn't know about it? Sorry, I need to do a better job of advertising that channel. I think that was one of the drawbacks of doing two separate channels, but I wanted to keep my coding content separate from my configuration content. Even though there is some overlap, not everybody who likes some of the coding content likes or cares about Linux or anything like that. But yeah, Flock, in what way is it difficult? I think the hardest part for me is probably... Sorry, I'm just changing the settings on Zen. I think it's deploying remotely, so it's much easier to do so with Kubernetes using kubectl, but doing so with Nix, I've not found a good way to do it there. I think there are some good ways, maybe with like SSH and stuff, but it's just not as easy as with kubectl. Hey Red, how you doing? We're on Amateras. What is my dev/machine configuration? This is hopefully going to be all of it. Let's run it. That was one of your favorite coding. Yeah, it's one of my favorite. It's probably my favorite of the two. I really like it. I think doing like setups and configuration just feels a little easier than doing coding stuff. Mainly because coding stuff is very saturated. There's a lot of people doing coding content, so it's very difficult to differentiate in that. Whereas I just love doing setups and stuff. So I'm going to spend some more time on it. But yeah, this is my setup. I got 3 displays at the moment. I really need to do a video on my streaming setup because I finally got it working and there's a lot of open source tools to make that happen. Yeah, doing good, Red. Doing good. Quite literally cooking. Nix content is hard to come by. Vimjoy does a really good job though. Yeah, it is pixelating. It's my encoder. I've got the wrong encoding settings. So anything moves fast, it's going to pixelate a little bit. But it's definitely the camera. I'll get that fixed for next time. I can't change encoding settings on stream. Use pure SSH to deploy to multiple hosts? Yes, but it's a little more challenging than just running kubectl apply, right? It's not hugely different, but it is slightly different. With Nix, you can build locally and then push the store to a remote. That's probably true, actually. What is the second channel called? The second channel is Dreams of Autonomy. Here. I'm going to change the name of this channel, though. I'll do an announcement when I do. I'm debating it, but I think it's going to be... Yeah, I got the merge chat going as well. Yeah, I'm going to do announcements when... NixOS Anywhere, it is kind of doing that, but NixOS Anywhere you can only do on boot. You can't do it for upgrading. Yeah, Banana Cursor, I'm redoing the edit on that video, but that video is going to come out soon. So this is a customized theme Banana Cursor as well. This is Capuchin theme. Dreams of XDG config home. That's actually a very accurate name, isn't it? Thing you like most is that the videos are short for what they teach you. Well, that may change with the next video. The next video is like 30 minutes long, so I do apologize. That's why I've really struggled with this one. It's like I really want it to be concise, and I could make it concise, but I feel like Nix is so... It's not... well, it is complicated. I think Nix has a high learning curve, and to know everything that's going on is better than to not know. Yeah, I mean, I've always been hesitant to do long videos, but then I did the home lab, not the home lab one, sorry, the VPS one, and people really liked that, so I think it's okay. But yeah, I do agree with you. I think trying to be really as concise as possible is great, which is why I'm not that happy about this video, but I'm going to get it up. We'll see how it is. What's my opinion on Zen Browser after some time using it? It keeps prompting me to update, which is really, really annoying. That's my only real dislike of it at the moment. What are the specs? Should be able to see it on screen at the moment. 128 gigs of RAM, 32 core. What was the video again? Which one are we talking about, Flock? The home lab one or the VPS one? Yeah, Banana Cursor definitely gets his own video. Yeah, for logs, debugging, and other stuff, you're right. It is. Kubectl just has a lot for it. The new one that's to be released, this is going to be on Nix Darwin, so setting up the Nix package manager for macOS. Basically, it's like it's my first Nix-based video, I guess, apart from the home lab one. Hey, Ben. Why do I have so much swap? I mean, it's a great question. My hope was that I could suspend this machine to the swap, or hibernate it, but I can't get hibernation to work, so it's just wasted swap at the moment. But yeah, the goal is that I could just swap all of the hard drive, all of the RAM to the disk in order to hibernate the machine to save some energy, but I've yet to be able to make that work. To be fair, I could just use a swap file rather than an actual swap partition. Nix Darwin user? Yeah. I mean, it's a basic intro to Nix Darwin and kind of what you can do with it. But I've had to cut out a lot and I've kind of gone through the flake, so it'll be okay, but it's not my best video. Any resources to learn K8s? MicroVM.nix? Yeah, I'll check that out. Any resources to learn K8s? Not that I know of. I don't know any K8s content creators. I mean, the home lab video has some on K8s, but not much. I'll do some videos on Kubernetes anyway. Yeah, Banana Capuchin Mocha. I'm editing that video. That video should come out next week. What terminal do I use? Alacrity. I'm considering using Ghosty, but I have Ghosty. I want to wait until it's publicly available before I do a video on it. I don't know if it is publicly available yet, but I don't want to do it when people can't have access. Could we ban Breezy Riverboat? I can do that probably. Let's do that. There you go, done. Rio Terminal? What is Rio Terminal? Hey, that's a cute icon. What font do I use? JetBrains Mono. Nerd font. MicroVM. Share your Nix store to the VMs. That's pretty cool. MicroVM Nix. MicroVM Nix. A Nix Flake to build NixOS and run it on one of several Type 2 hypervisors on NixOS/Linux. That's cool. So it's like Proxmox, but for Nix? Am I interpreting that correctly? Turning on Benzin, it's because I've got the wrong encoder going. So this is the first time I set it up on this machine, but the encoder is not very good. So I need to fix that. That's on my end. I'll get it fixed for next stream. But yeah, the VAPI encoder, it's working, but it's just not working well. Whenever I move, it pixelates. Am I planning on going to NixCon in Berlin? I am not, but I wish I was going. Use JetBrains Mono Nerd font and Kitty, but the icons look messed up. That sucks. Share the Nix store with the VMs, which greatly reduces disk usage. Yeah, I can imagine that's pretty cool. But the host has to be NixOS already, right? I may try that with a machine. I've got a spare machine lying around. Hey, Cruise 2 OP. Requires Nix package manager. Okay, that's cool. I started playing with was it DistroBox? Yeah, DistroBox recently. That's been pretty fun as well. DistroBox allows you to have like a different distribution inside of your terminal. So now, right now, we're inside of, it says we're inside of Nix, but we're actually inside of Arch because we've got Pac-Man, which is cool. This will help for like recording videos, basically. Yeah, DistroBox is awesome. Epic Ninja Element, yes, new workstation. Hamza B70, thank you so much for the resubscription. You are helping me bring my content to hundreds of thousands of people and helping to support my dreams. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I got a drink. I'm glad I'm drinking today. I had like 2 beers last night with friends and I don't know, I can't drink alcohol anymore. Absolutely destroyed me. MVim and not Emacs? I love Emacs. Should we install it? Emacs is dope. Alcohol is overrated. Unfortunately, my generation still use it as a kind of social thing. So I have to have like 1 or 2 just to fit in. But yeah, it is overrated. I don't like that it kind of ruins you the next day. Have a pretty big Ansible repo for your home lab. Is it worth trying to switch to NixOS? I mean, it depends, I think. I think NixOS is nice because of the declarative nature. So, but then I guess Ansible is going to be repeatable as well, right? That's the whole point. So I think you're just trading one tool for another. And if you're very happy with Ansible, I've never really used Ansible, so for me, it just doesn't really click. I much prefer Nix, personally. But I don't have much of an opinion on Ansible, so I can't give any advice there. It would definitely be an adventure. Anything is right. Thinking of switching to NixOS. I've tried it for a short time, then gone back to Arch, mainly because of learning curves, but now I'm facing some problem with Arch. What's your opinion? Arch, for me, was very... I actually just wrote a video I was going to do quickly about this, why I'm no longer using Arch. Because you've asked that question, I think I should do it now. But basically, I really like Arch. I liked Arch for the longest time. Nix, for me, it's just a continuation of a lot of the benefits I got from Arch about the customization. And the fact that you can really make that operating system feel like it's your own. Nix goes a little bit further with that, because then you have a configuration that helps map out. So if you like declarative setups, like things like Kubernetes and stuff, then you're going to really like NixOS. It is a very steep learning curve, especially at the beginning. You'll get very frustrated with things. So if you've got time and maybe another machine to work on it, then you can build up your NixOS configuration and then deploy it to your main machine when you feel comfortable and ready to do so. That's what I did. So either run NixOS in a VM and build up your configuration that way, and then when you're very comfortable that you understand what's going on and you can move to it full time, push your configuration up to Git, pull it down onto your other machine, and then just reinstall everything. Yeah, anything's correct. Arch is the best imperative distro. For me, and for him, I guess, as well. Hey, Lake. How you doing? Who here hates Helm? Yeah, I mean, YAML sucks. The problem is YAML sucks. Maybe Toml was better. I think Toml was better for some things. It's not better for other things, like arrays and Toml kind of suck as well. Use Nix with Arch and switch to NixOS later. Yeah, that's always a possibility. Just use another partition using the same home partition. That's a great way to distro hop. I hate crammed supermarkets. I'm lazy now. I just get my food delivered. My groceries delivered. Peak laziness. Yeah, anything, I agree with you. I much prefer YAML over Toml as well, but that is a hot take. It's an opinion, right? So who cares? But that is also the opinion I share. I prefer YAML to Toml as well. There's some things that I think Toml gets right, but at the same time, I find it harder to read a Toml file than I do to read a YAML file. Yeah, I think that's the right way to do it, Flock. Start with something that you can still be productive in, because there's nothing worse than moving to a machine and you've lost the ability to like, or know how to install stuff, and suddenly you've got to spend time learning that when you need to do things. That's always a challenge. Yeah, I like the Nix file format as well. Nix, it's once you learn the language and you can start generating things, like in my Flake, I have all of my, for my different machines, that's not it. Like I've started now making different types in order to actually define different configurations for each machine in the Flake. And then in my Hyperland config, I have some nice little functions that allow you to map that and basically create your monitor strings through that. It's really nice. It's just really, really amazing, Nix. It's like, it solves so many problems, especially if you have multiple machines. Yeah. Will you do or post a video on my new machine? Absolutely, yeah. I'll do a video on the new machine. Can I share my cursor theme? I will. I'm going to do a whole video on it. It's like halfway edited, so it will be fully edited. There'll be a video up on DOA. I'll probably change the name of the channel as well afterwards, but it'll be like Dreams of Banana or something. But there will be a video on DOA of the banana cursor. And it's available. You can get it on Nix as well if you need to. Yeah, NixOS from scratch. I think it takes a bit of time to get Nix up and running. By the way, if you use Nix on multiple machines on your local network and sync between them, you can set up a local cache with Nix Serve. Ooh. I might check that out. Serving a Nix store. Oh, this could be nice. So this could sit on my home lab, right? And then I just have a central store. It is dropping frames like that's due to the encoder I've got going. CPU is a Threadripper, yeah. Yeah, I need to fix the frame drops, but I can't fix it at the moment without stopping the stream. So we just got to live with it today. But yeah, this is a Threadripper. You have it on your NAS? Oh, nice. Big ass banana. Not that big. Could be bigger. Yeah, I'm going to toss this on my home lab as well. Dreams of Kong. My Nix config is public, yeah. If you go to elliottmins/.files, it's here inside of Nix. Which Linux do I use? I use NixOS, but I'm using Hyperland. I got 3 monitors set up right now. I don't know how I can share this picture of it, but unless I like move my camera. But I got a monitor here with the prompter, so I'm looking at chat right here. Then I got my main monitor here, which I actually got to do a video on this monitor. And then I got like another monitor in vertical, like rotated 90 degrees. Under no circumstances, you AMDs. Yeah. I think that's what I'm using. Well, I'm using VAPI, but I think it's using that GPU encoder. I don't know why AMD sucks at the moment. Hey man, love your content. I was wondering if it's worth it to move to NixOS from Arch Linux. I'm very happy moving to NixOS. I'll do a video on it. I wrote one up yesterday, but I decided not to film it. That was a mistake. I should have just done it. I'll do like a talking head about moving to Nix, why I have. For me, it's worth it. Because especially with DistroBox, you can easily get back into Arch if you need to. Like, it's not that difficult. So, it won't... Yeah, it's not going to be terrible. You can definitely move from NixOS to Arch. If you like a declarative... Or from Arch to NixOS, if you like a declarative configuration, so if you like Kubernetes and stuff, and you like to define what your machine looks like so you don't end up with drift or bloat or whatever, then yeah, I think it's worth it in my opinion. The monitor, is that cool to deserve a video? Well, it was sent to me for free in exchange for doing a video, so it's kind of partly sponsored. But it is actually really good. I wasn't too excited about having to try a new monitor because I've been using the same monitor for years, and it's actually a really good monitor. So I'm excited to do a video on it because it's nice when there's a good product and it's incredibly affordable for what you get as well. Can I rate the NixOS learning curve? All right, how do we compare the NixOS learning curve? I think like Linux, learning Linux is like 20% of the NixOS learning curve. Nix is close to Rust. Yeah, I'd say that's probably about right. Flatpaks? Flatpaks aren't terrible. They have their use. Sometimes it's better to use a Flatpak than... I think Steam is better in a Flatpak, right? Although I have got Steam working on Nix, finally. Staring into your soul, yeah, sorry. Any chance for an updated Zen Tmux with Nix or MVChad? MVChad, I don't use MVChad anymore, so probably won't be an MVChad video coming soon, but I will do a Zen NeoVim, I promise. 100% promise I will do that. I will do that on this second channel though, which I will then definitely need to update the name. But I will be doing a Zen NVim, and I'll do the updated Zen Tmux as well. I can look at how to do it with Nix. I think I'll just do like a Nix Tmux anyway, but I'll do an updated Tmux video at some point. BTRFS is better than ZFS. I prefer BTRFS. Yeah. ZFS is pretty great though. ZFS though I believe I use ZFS in my NAS. I think ZFS is better for certain things. What are we doing today? Honestly, just testing the stream was working, but we can go build some stuff if we want. Still got the rate limiter to go and build. But I think we're just chatting today, mostly. I have all my dot files in a Git repo, and that's an old repo kept up to date. Yeah, having a dot files in a Git repo. I mean, I just put my Nix configuration in that dot files repo as well. So it kind of tracks the, I guess, entire history of moving. Recently found out you can do leader to split a pane on its own window in Tmux. I don't think that works for me. I don't think I had that configured. You gotta split it? Wait, what are we splitting? Okay, we split. Yeah, I don't think it works for me. Unless I'm doing something wrong. Wait. It's not working for me. Dollar either. Or percentage. Tmux panes. Wait. Oh, yeah, nice. That's pretty cool. I thought we were talking about NeoVim there. I thought that would have been really cool. Nice. It is Tokyo Night. It is Tokyo Night. Am I a big tester of my code? Yeah, I like to test my code. I never trust that I wrote things correctly. Yeah, that is a good plugin idea. I've used Rose Pine. I can't remember what it's called, but Rosa Pine. I've used that before. I've used that in between my Tokyo Night and Cappuccine. It was like my halfway theme. What made me switch from Cappuccine? I think I hate saying it. It just got a little too popular, I think. There was a point where I was like, what, just every time I would see a code snippet online and I was like, is that me? Is that my code snippet? Sometimes it was, sometimes it wasn't. So I thought I'd just change it because it kind of like everybody was using Capuchin there for a second. So I just wanted to be different. That's basically it. It's not really the best reason to move away from something because I do like Capuchin a lot. MVChad UI, yeah, I need to check that out. It does look really cool. The new UI library for NeoVim is pretty awesome. What distro am I using and why? I'm using NixOS. As for why, I'll do a video on that. I mean, the long story short is I have multiple machines. I have too many, actually. I'm going to reduce them down, but I've got like 3 Linux machines now. 4 technically, but I'm going to get rid of 1. 3 Linux machines, and keeping them in sync is incredibly annoying, I guess. But NixOS makes it very easy. Yeah, it is good. It has a lot of support for apps, which is what's really cool about it. That is one of the best things about Capuchin. I did have a good GNOME set up as Capuchin at one point, but again, they dropped support for GTK. That's sad, isn't it? Boomer Groovebox. Yeah, a lot of people used to use Groovebox. Or was it Grovebox? I don't know how you say it. Sony 801, do I recommend Zen over Firefox? I haven't made that conclusion yet. I'm testing Zen, but I don't know if I could recommend it at this stage. So far it's work and it's pretty good. It's annoying on Nix because it prompts me to update all the time. Eric, yeah, my encoder's not working very well, so it's not really just my camera, it's like the whole stream is doing it whenever something moves fast. The hardware encoder is not working very well, so I need to fix that. Update on Nix. How ironic. Yeah, it is annoying. That's the annoying thing. It prompts you to update. I actually probably could just update my Nix. That's good. Let's just update Nix. See if that works. Maybe that works, right? Or we'll kill the stream or something. Solarize, the OG boomer. I think Dracula is a boomer one as well, right? Dracula's kind of a bit of a... No, Solarized is. That comes in by default on like macOS and stuff, right? Dracula's like the millennial theme. Or Gen X, maybe. Dracula is the best, period. When were you born? There's nothing wrong with being a millennial. I am a millennial. That's a compliment. You could actually kill the stream for 10 seconds, switch to H.265. I don't know if Restream supports it though, but H.265 might be the right way of doing it. Let's see how this CPU is working. I'm checking for the temperatures. Temperatures are pretty good, actually. Oh, it spikes every so often. Okay, now it's getting warm. See you later, Flock. How do you update your packages to the latest available version on Nix? Well, you have to use the unstable channel, first of all. But then you run Nixflake update, and then run... Glad that Nord... Maybe Nord is also maybe a boomer... not boomer theme, millennial theme. I used to use Nord for... I had I had everything, like, back in 2017 set to Nord. Nord was dope. It's so minimal. But I got real sick of it. The hell is my network speed? Is that fast? Like plugs directly into... What program? This is BTOP. Yeah, it is a bit too washed. Nord was huge back in the day. Jin versus Chi. Is there a third option in there? Super Rick Sanchez. Can I go for the? Can I go for standard library as an option? Chi is probably better than Jin if out of the two, because it does support at least the HTTP handler interface. Fiber. One Dark theme. That is also... That's Gen X. One Dark. Why is Jin so popular? Jin is popular because... Okay, how do I say this without offending a whole class of people? So... Oh, my monitor died. Okay, it's back. Okay, so... There are... I'm not going to say that because that is going to offend a bunch of people. Okay, I think Jin is popular because it comes with batteries included, so it does an awful lot for you that you don't have to use the Go idiomatic way to do, which the idiomatic approach, whilst I believe it's superior, it is a lot more unintuitive unless you come from C. So if you come from other languages like Java, Jin feels a lot closer to what you're used to than the standard library. Yeah, it's the Threadripper. That's the way I would say why Jin is so popular, and it does do a lot of that stuff really well. It's also faster than the. It says it's faster than the standard library. I haven't actually tested that theoretically, but that's also one of the benefits of Jin. But I think it's much closer to what people expect when coming from like Java or other languages for HTTP, rather than like C and C++, which is obviously what the standard library is much more influenced by. Yeah, kind of. Jin's it is a little bit more intuitive. Like you do c.json to send JSON back, right? Rather than having to do a JSON decoder and then write the JSON to the IO dot writer. So it's definitely easier. It comes with batteries included. I say easier if you don't understand the Go idioms. I do think the standard library is superior for that interoperability though. So the cons is it takes you out of the HTTP handler interface, which I think is a bit of an issue. I think you should stick to, with Go especially, you should stick to the standard library as much as possible, and that includes kind of the interfaces and idioms that come about with it. It makes it a lot easier to use packages and share packages. Jin does provide the ability to use that interface, but it goes against the actual Jin context, etc. So it becomes a little weird to do it. Could I do a video on Auth? Absolutely, I will. I've got a bunch of videos planned at the moment, so that might be like next year, because I'm pretty planned until the end of the year, unless things change. But yeah, I would definitely do a video on Auth. Love Go, but can't stop using Ruby on Rails to find a whole industry. Yeah, I think I used Ruby on Rails once. I do get the benefit of it. For me, and this is actually probably a negative of myself. I don't like having to fit to convention, like a heavy convention like that. I don't know why I like Go's idiomatic approach, but the Ruby convention for me just felt like it abstracted so much away from the software development that I didn't like it. Again, I think if you get behind that, you can be so much more productive. But for me, it felt too abstract, so I didn't enjoy it too much. But I can see the huge benefits of Laravel and Ruby. I mean, people are incredibly productive on it. Is there any way to do IPC, but it's cross-platform? Well, Unix sockets should work on Spring development. Man, Spring is way too abstract as well for me. I think Spring is like... Yeah, it's so abstract. And I don't think it gives you as much benefit as like Ruby on Rails or Laravel does, right? I guess you get the whole Java ecosystem. What resource would I suggest for you? You've been a DevOps engineer for a couple of years now. Nice. But you want to learn backend dev? Where can you learn for somebody who has never done backend dev? I can find some good Go books for you. I don't know. For me, I think it depends how you learn. I learn best by doing. So kind of picking up a project idea, learning how to do it, learning and making mistakes. Then once you kind of figure that out, figure out how you can, or how other people solve those mistakes or structure their code or structure their programs. That's honestly the best. And yeah, I would use Go. If you're doing DevOps, you should definitely use Go rather than Node. Yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it. I can do more backend stuff in Go if that helps. I would love to do a course on backend Go. I'm in a good spot to start doing courses again, or continuing my actual course, hopefully getting it finished. Nothing wrong with JVM. JVM is an incredible piece of software. It's just, it has complexity associated. What's my take on Hyperland? Hyperland, I really like Hyperland. Yeah, it's really good. I really like it. The configuration is convenient, or makes it intuitive for me compared to using i3 or something. It does require more system resources because of the animations, etc., but I really like it. It used to be kind of buggy a few years ago, but now it's really solid. Scala is like Rust's secret girlfriend. Kinda, I guess. A lot of people love Scala. Where can you learn DevOps? I actually don't know of any good resources to learn DevOps. I guess, do it, like anything. Figure out how to do CI/CD, figure out how to take an application, deploy it to a system or a service in an automated way, things like that. Seek an opinionated approach. Yeah, and I think that's the right way to go in some regards. It's just a personality trait of mine. And again, I don't think it's the strongest personality trait of mine. I think it's a bad personality trait, but I like to not have batteries included a lot of the time. Can the animations be disabled? They can, I think. What machine is it specs-wise? It is a Threadripper 3970 with 128 gigs of RAM. It just drinks watts. It's not just you, Super Rick Sanchez. The camera it's because I've tried a different encoder and the encoder is not working properly. So anything that's changing rapidly, it's bad. I need to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. Well, I probably need to tweak the settings or remove the VAPI encoder, but yeah, I don't know how to fix it whilst on stream, unfortunately. HomeLab is a good DevOps project. How would I set up a HomeLab? I've got a whole video on setting up a HomeLab. I set up the base operating system with NixOS, and then I set up a K3's cluster using it, and then I use Kubernetes to deploy my services. The Task Manager one, beat up, yeah. Oh yeah, Super Rick Sanchez, thank you, Rick. I am actually using the Voyagers today as well. Today is the Voyager day. What's nice about it at the moment, I got like a felt desk mat. So I put my risks on the desk, and the felt desk mat, it makes it just a little easier. Hey, Connor. Thank you. Ironically enough, I'm using a custom configuration now. Red Hot Vengeance, did I miss a subscription? If I did, I apologize. Red Hot Vengeance, thank you so much for the resubscription. You're helping me bring my content to hundreds of thousands of people around the world and helping to support my dreams. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was like 45 minutes ago. I don't know if they're still on, but I apologize, Red Hot Vengeance. What do I think of a Raspberry Pi for a tiny NAS and home server? I don't know if it's the best. I mean, if you've got a Raspberry Pi, yeah. For a NAS, I don't think it's great for a NAS. I tried it once upon a time. I think for a little home server it can work, not for a NAS though. Weird question, what font am I using? I'm using JetBrains Mono Nerd font. I gotta send a thank you to Red Hot Vengeance because they're not online. I can't believe I missed that sub. I feel terrible about it. NAS on an Arduino. I think like the thing about a NAS is you can't, the main thing you want is redundancy so that like, because that's where your data is going to be stored. So you don't want it to be lost. Therefore, you kind of want a redundant RAID setup. You could I don't know if you can do that on a Pi, maybe with software. You can definitely do it with rsync periodically, but that's not true redundancy. Yeah. Yep. I think for me, the B-Link EQ12, I think they got the EQ13 now. I think I saw, yeah, EQ13. I don't know if it's much different, but if it's the same price as the EQ12, it's definitely worth getting. NAS is not a backup. No, it's not a backup. You're 100% right. But it's a start. I mean, it's part of a backup solution, right? You should have 3 backups in total. 2 on-site, 1 off-site. And a NAS should be ideally part of that. RAID 0 for 0 problems. Yeah, the B-Link is pretty fantastic. Didn't mean to kill Zen there. Three, 2, 1. Yep. 3 backups, 2 offsite, 1 on a different storage or something like that. Yep. 100%. I actually might make a new package for this. When am I going to try out Crystal? I have a video on Crystal. I tried it a while ago. I didn't think it was